Pearl. Pearl doesn't know anything about student loans. When Bankrate asked me to share one of my financial lessons that I learned the hard way, obviously, my first thought was about my student loan debt and the lack of knowledge I had about loan companies at the time. My parents had never dealt with loan companies before, and neither had I, so we really just went with the first loan that we could get. We didn't really do any research, so the interest rates were insanely high compared to if we would have done, a lot more research, known a little bit more, and were able to get the same loan, but for a much lower interest rate. So after graduation, I was still living in Chicago, and I did realize there was no way I was gonna be able to pay my rent, my bills, and the student loan. So this kind of led me down the path of looking for unique ways to live a different type of lifestyle that might be at a lower cost, and I found van life. I had a little bit of money saved, and so I used that money for the initial cost of building it out pretty inexpensively. Thankfully, once I moved into the van, I had no mortgage, no rent, no light bill, no water bill. The only real big bill that I had was for the van loan that I had taken out. I know it sounds like I just got more debt after that, like I took out another loan for the van. My perspective was I could chip away at the van payment for the first year and a half, which is exactly what I did. So I was able to pay off my van pretty quickly. And then after that, focus solely on just pouring all of my extra money into my student loan debt and trying to pay that off as quickly as possible. I was able to pay off 25% of my loan last year alone. So with that rate, I will be able to pay it off the next 2 to 3 years, fingers crossed. Not only am I paying off my student loans, but I feel so much better and so much happier as well. I'm traveling the world. I'm doing something that makes me genuinely very happy. And I get to spend every day with my dogs and be in my van and get to see beautiful things. Okay, so what did I learn from this experience, you ask? Do your research. I was 18 years old. At that time, I didn't really care. I just wanted to get the loan so I could get into the college, so I could take the next step. I wasn't really worried about my future self. You owe it to your future self to not put yourself in that kind of predicament. There are so many different types of loans, so many different interest rates, and you deserve to know what works best for you. And the only way to do that is to look into things and to utilize any and all research that you can do. I want to help others avoid making the same mistakes that I did, learn from me. I want you to understand financial literacy. It's so important, and how to take out loans without having such high interest rates. Bankrate has some resources listed down below that will help you. They have a student loan rate table where you can compare loans and interest rates before you apply. Helpful. Wish we would have had that. They even have a navigating student loans course that you can take to learn the whole process. So definitely utilize that below, and thank you so much for listening to my story.